Blackwood Manor. It looms on that desolate hill. Always dark, always watching, for countless chilling years. The townsfolk, they only whisper its cursed name. They won't even look at it for too long. It's a place saturated with pure, unadulterated dread. The atmosphere around it, the energy, it's heavy. You feel it pressing down, suffocating. This is not just a house, it's a vortex of darkness. The local legends, oh, believe me, they're far more than just stories. They are stark, terrifying warnings, etched in fear. Brave souls, or perhaps foolish ones, have ventured inside. They never, ever walked back out, not a single one. Shadows dance where no light source exists. Disembodied cries echo through its empty halls. The house itself, it feels alive, sentient, and it seems to possess an insatiable hunger for the living. We're talking about a place that feeds on fear. Just look at its decaying facade. Windows like hollow, vacant eyes staring into your soul, paint peeling away like strips of dead, forgotten skin. The wind, it doesn't just blow here, it howls, screaming through broken window panes, a symphony of utter despair. It almost seems to call to you, a siren song of sorrow. But trust me, this is one call you must never, ever answer. We are dealing with raw, concentrated, negative energy here. An energy that clings to you. Nightfall. That's when this place truly awakens. The veil between our world and theirs becomes terrifyingly thin. The paranormal activity, it doesn't just increase, it explodes. Even the most hardened individuals, those who claim to fear nothing, they wouldn't dare step foot on its cursed grounds after the sun sets. They know. They can feel it deep in their bones. Something malevolent, something ancient and evil resides within those crumbling walls. It waits, patiently. Then he arrived, Liam. He was a newcomer to this haunted town, an outsider. He heard all the chilling stories, the hushed warnings, and he laughed them off, scoffed at them. Just old wives' tales, he declared with a dismissive wave. He didn't believe in ghosts, in spirits, in anything beyond what he could see. He thought it was all mass hysteria, local superstition. He was determined to prove everyone wrong, a dangerous, arrogant conviction. He made his intentions known in the local pub, bold and loud. I'm going into Blackwood Manor, tonight, alone. A sudden, heavy silence fell over the usually noisy room. You could see the raw fear flicker in their eyes, true fear. They tried to warn him, their voices low and urgent. Don't do it, son. That place, it's not just haunted, it's evil. He just smirked, fueled by their terror. He craved a thrill. He was about to find something far more terrifying, something that would change him forever. The townsfolk pleaded with him, their faces etched with genuine concern. Old man Hemlock, a man who claimed he'd seen the horrors firsthand, he gripped Liam's arm, his touch surprisingly strong. You won't come back, he rasped. Liam just pulled his arm away, annoyed. I'm not afraid of shadows and noises. His mind was firmly, stubbornly made up, irrevocably. Some people, they just refuse to listen to warnings. They can't comprehend the darkness until it's too late, until it's staring them right in the face. Dusk began to bleed across the sky, painting it a sinister, blood-red hue. Liam meticulously checked his meager equipment. A single, somewhat weak flashlight. His smartphone, primarily for taking pictures. He wanted evidence, concrete proof of nothing, he hoped. He started his solitary walk towards the brooding silhouette of Blackwood Manor. Alone, completely alone. The air around him grew noticeably colder, heavier, an unnatural chill. He wasn't just walking towards a building, he was stepping into the abyss. The massive ancient oak door groaned in protest as Liam pushed it open. It was a sound of deep, prolonged suffering, echoing from the very wood. The moment he stepped over the threshold, an intense chill enveloped him. This wasn't just the absence of heat. This was a deathly cold, a soul-deep cold. The silence inside was absolute, deafening, pressing in on him. Then a distinct floorboard creaked, somewhere upstairs, directly above him. He knew with a sickening certainty he was not alone. Something was aware of his presence. His flashlight beam, a fragile spear of light, cut through the oppressive gloom. Cobwebs, thick as funeral shrouds, hung everywhere, brushing his face. Dust motes, ancient and undisturbed, danced in the beam like tiny, restless spirits. Then he heard it. A whisper, so faint he almost dismissed it. Was it merely the wind sighing through the broken structure? Or was it something else, something intelligent trying to communicate? He felt countless unseen eyes on him, watching. From every dark corner, every shadow, the oppressive feeling of being observed was overwhelming. Deeper and deeper he ventured into the decaying heart of the house, past rotting skeletal furniture draped in years of neglect. A once grand staircase loomed before him, its wood warped and covered in thick decay. At the foot of it, a child's old rocking horse stood eerily still. Then it moved just a fraction of an inch, all by itself. No draft, nothing. His heart began to hammer violently against his ribs, pure adrenaline. "Hello?" he called out, his voice cracking, betraying his rising fear. Only an echoing silence answered him, or so he initially thought. The sweat started to bead on his forehead, cold and clammy. This wasn't an exciting adventure anymore. This was terrifyingly real. The bravado he'd worn like armor was shattering, piece by piece. Then he heard a giggle, a distinct, chilling little girl's giggle. It seemed to emanate from the inky blackness at the end of a long, dark hallway. He had to know what made that sound. He had to see. Fear, raw and potent, was now a hook, an irresistible force dragging him forward, deeper into the waiting darkness. He stumbled into a small, dust-choked room at the end of the hall. It must have been a child's nursery once, long, long ago. A single antique doll sat propped up on a decaying small bed. Its painted eyes, wide and unblinking, seemed to follow his every movement. Suddenly, the temperature in the room plummeted, ice cold, unbearably cold. He felt a light, distinct touch on his shoulder, like a small, cold child's hand. He spun around, his breath catching in his throat. Nothing. No one there. Just the oppressive silence and the watching doll. Liam, his name, clear as a bell, whispered directly behind his ear. Cold, intimate, terrifying. He froze solid, every nerve in his body screaming danger. This was no trick of the wind. He wasn't imagining this. This was direct. This was a direct, intelligent communication. An unseen entity was acknowledging him. It knew his name, but how? How could it possibly know his name? The implication sent a fresh wave of terror through him. He was in its domain, and it knew him. Panic, pure and unadulterated, finally erupted within him. He had to escape. Now! His flashlight beam danced erratically, casting wild, distorted shadows on the walls. The shadows themselves seemed to twist and writhe, growing larger, more menacing. Then he saw it. A figure, tall, impossibly dark, standing at the far end of the hall. It was there for just a fleeting second, then gone. Was it real? Or was his terrified mind conjuring phantoms from the oppressive darkness? He turned and ran, blindly. But which way was out of this labyrinth? Every corridor looked the same. Liam never came out of Blackwood Manor. He never saw the light of day again. The next morning, the heavy oak door was found slightly ajar, creaking in the breeze. His discarded flashlight lay on the dusty floor of the entrance hall, its battery dead. There was no sign of a struggle, no footprints leading away, no trace of Liam whatsoever. He was simply gone, vanished. As if the house itself had swallowed him whole, consumed by the ancient darkness within its walls. Another soul lost, another chilling chapter added to the Blackwood legend, another stark warning. Some doors, they are best left unopened, forever.